Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and Iratus, Wrath of the Necromancer. We resume our journey with the Defiler where we left off last time, which is here. Right here. Today, we shall be challenging the new second boss, and I have received yet more warnings about this upcoming obstacle. So I prepared a bit of a strategy to assess just how much of a threat this boss really is. But we'll talk about that in a moment, so completely ignore everyone over here. Just pretend the 4th battle squad doesn't exist. We'll get around to them when we get around to them. Now, you can see last time we created a mummy, and I have bestowed upon him a name by the suggestion of Natural Predator. I really like your name, by the way. And it is, of course, Anubis, the Egyptian god of death. I figured we need more deities of death, so... And we actually haven't used Anubis, which is bizarre. It's a very, famous and well-known Egyptian deity, so I figured, you know what, let's whip out Anubis. We have given Anubis the cursed bandages because we will be building a stress team next episode. The 3rd floor is where I usually transition into a stress team if I have the pieces to do so, and we're going to do that. So besides Anubis, of course, returning shall be Stitches, because Stitches want to play. And I pulled him out of the arena, just for now, because Solus had a great point. One of the struggles, there are 2 struggles primarily for stress teams. One is the inspiration mechanic on Good Always Wins and Eternal Harvest. We're going to counter that with the Shackles of War that we got. But the second struggle is to combat constructs. Constructs are immune to stress damage because, well, they're not living entities. So one of the ways you can counter that, or you have to counter that through, physical or magical damage. But to assist with that, because they usually have lots of armor and resistance, we will be giving Stitches the Acid Gland. With his Q ability, the Slice, which we upgraded into Gut, he will hit 3 times. That's 3 times for a 50% chance to strip all of the armor and resistance from an enemy. This will help a lot when, dealing damage, because we won't have people scaling with attack. We'll be scaling with dread, which is kind of not helpful for killing enemies. But I figured while we're here, there's the Acid Gland, we might be replacing Pound of Flesh with more defensive items. We'll see when we get there. But we're going to upgrade Hunger into Dread Dung. This is the Abomination self-buff that moves him 2 positions forward and will give 16 dread to the end of combat.
Serve me well, my minion.
We'll also upgrade this once we reach level 17. And I figured... we scale Dread. Because obviously. And I hate missing, so... have some more accuracy. I'm not sure how Initiative is going to do with Stitches. Don't think we need that, really. But, so Stitches is all good for now. He can go back into the arena and play. By himself. And I think that was everything. Oh, there's one more thing I want to talk about. Courtesy of Solus. Solus has been doing some science with the Scythe of Death, the ultimate ability, the Wrath ability for the Reaper. And it appears, it says here that maximum physical damage is equal to 400% of your attack. It appears that that is per bar. So for example, if the target has 0 sanity, it will deal the maximum physical damage. But then if they have, say, 50% vigor, it will deal 50% of the damage on top of the 100%, if that makes sense. So, since it's working that way, it makes me a bit more inclined to try an actual dual channel build, dealing both stress damage and health damage, which is something I usually try to avoid and I recommend others avoid as well. But that might be a possibility in our near future. Who knows? We're also sitting on 2 talent points, and I've been really torn about how I want to progress down this tree. I think we're going to save 1 more point up to get Relentless Evil so that we start healing every turn once we have 75 Wrath. And then we might leave the Wrath tree for a bit, because if we're going to go down Stress, you're probably going to pick up a few of these abilities. Specifically the Blackest Lodge. Maybe go down to Slake with Darkness. I permanently use Slake with Darkness to remove wards. But we might not care about that. Don't know. I know that Overwhelming Ire is really good. Ultimate abilities of minions cost 10 less Wrath. And we will be using Wrath a lot with the stress build because, of course, Stitches is going to be eating people for good funsies. Do we have anything we want to use here? Not really. Okay. Upward and onward. I think that was everything I wanted to cover, so let's go slay some elite Dawe. This should bring off and maybe Kamazats to the next level? Maybe? Mayhaps? Get over here. The marksman is probably a high priority target, but we'll deal with the treasurer first. Elite dwarves are always more concerning. No killing the Blood Phantasm, though. How many of them have we killed? Ow. Well. This is awkward. We could try and heal here. We don't actually want Binky to be... We don't want people here. We're in all sorts of awkward.
Brave are an excellent source of fresh corpses.
Trying to think how we want to reposition. We're definitely going to do this. Let's start trying to get Kamazats back. We'll go ahead and use our magic to pull off forward. And I guess I'll delay. See what the... Okay, that's annoying, but... Not entirely without... surprise. More magic. More. Okay, now we're good. We're also sitting on 68 spell power, which is pretty neat. That's pretty neat. But I hope everyone had a great Halloween and enjoyed the astronomical anomaly. I believe it was a blue moon. I didn't get to see it because I spent basically all day at my brother's wedding. And then, as promised, I came home and passed out for a while. So, that was my day. It's riveting, I know. But, you know, my brother, I had to be there for him. As much as I hate social events. It went well, though. It went well. Okay. I guess we're just going to try and kill the marksman now. He is the higher priority target. I do need to spit on... Oh, he actually expended his armor. Good. That was kind of unexpected. Guess just smack him here. Apply more debuffs. It's time to reap. Well, I guess we're not reaping. We'll just slap him. Give him the good old slave.
One by one, life vanishes from this world.
One thing we could consider is picking up Fate from the magic tree, which will guarantee the next... Wow, that was a non-crit 129.
Mop up the gore. I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
Fate, it's over here. It guarantees that the next attack is a crit of a specific minion. So that's something we could invest in. Now, I was actually speaking... I think this was with Jesse. I was speaking about Spiderweb, because this applies 2 debuffs for good old Kamazats. And if you upgrade it to Sticky Web, it applies 3. I've usually gone with Poison Web just for the 10 vigor, because that helps scale the cocoon. But for science, let's go ahead and pick up Sticky Web.
I expect results.
This causes all enemies to lose 2 initiative on top of preventing them from moving and applying spider venom. Not bad. I think we're going to hold these points as well. I think that's the play. Kamazats. What do you need, Kamazats? You need to wait 1 more level so we can get more attack. And what do I want to do with this? Extend the duration of all debuffs on the targets by 1 turn. Ooh. Or we can make it 30 Wrath, which is pretty cheap. Nah.
Now, prove yourself worthy of my investment.
Torment Eternal. That just sounds awesome. Okay, we're going to the cultist. What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? I have so many ideas. Well. There's a character that I kind of want to have in the stress team. Kind of. And that is the Infested. We've used the Infested before. He is basically a glass cannon stress damage dealer. He is awesome. And I'm intrigued in having him in our group for stress. The reason is because with his single target insane curses, that will drop people really fast, which will allow Stitches to eat them really fast. You get the picture, right? So many good ideas. The Infested doesn't need the item. We have the Wraith thing. Actually, I have no idea. The Infested's item is what? Actually, don't remember. We could use another mummy wrap in case we want to do the weird mummy shenanigans. Oh, we could do the Banshee item. How many Banshees have I killed? Or is the Reaper Dream still alive? Let's grab the Banshee item. Am I going to use an uncommon dust for this? Maybe. Maybe. Do I have the pieces for the mummy? Alright.
They will carry the curse of my tomb to the world.
So grab this team, and we'll go here. This will also provide the Dark Knight item if we want to take it. The Dark Knight item is the Heart of Emptiness, 5 mana and 5 Wrath restored each time the Dark Knight receives damage. This is actually pretty good, but I'd be using the Dark Knight in the back line, which is kind of okay. Or we could just pick up another Cursed Bandage to do the mummy shenanigans. The pure meme mummy build is 3 mummies and the Dark Knight in the back. That's the meme build. And it's brutally efficient. Brutally. Alright. I actually have a second mummy recommendation from Natural Predator as well. Which is Hot Shepsit. Shepsit. Hot Shep. Thank you for providing 2 names. I believe this is an actual mummy. So we'll give him this skin. This one actually looks really cool. Okay. So we have 2 mummies if we decide to do that. It's always good fun. Let's go ahead and slap. And next turn we can go ahead and upgrade the Dread Lake to level 3. Well, this is problematic, isn't it? Well, I try to get the Berserker. I think we're just gonna... Well, okay. The Hammerer wants to die. What can I say? I didn't want to focus you, but you're gonna make me focus you. And because you're gonna make me focus you, well, I can play along. Time to read.
Good. More materials. Ooh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
Now, I can't recommend ignoring the Berserker in the way that we have. But that doesn't mean it's not possible. Oh, think you're fancy. Go ahead and try and kill this thing before it rampages and murders us all. Look at all these buffs. Thank you. It is worth noting that regeneration in this case procs before the damage. So I have to make sure I actually kill this. Can I do that?
Maybe I'll craft this one.
Sure can.
Furniture.
Unfortunately, that means I can't get rid of the blocks and wards, but we'll just play it by ear. I was also advised to make sure that I'm moving forward to the higher floors, make sure that I have the ability to remove buffs. And we do currently in this group. And my theory for what we're doing that I'm leaning towards in the stress team would also allow that. But worst case scenario, we also have Dispel. I do think Dispel is really good. So technically, we don't need...
Become part of the breathless tide.
Buff removal from our characters since we have the spell, but better safe than sorry. I'm just marking because I don't want to waste my time hitting these blocks and wards. There we go. Now it's time to slam. On his face. One of the beauties of this team is that it doesn't require... Let's wait. Hello. It doesn't require items to be really good.
A predictable outcome.
And I'm always looking for builds like that, because you need this early power to survive through the first 2 floors, as I've mentioned before. Just kind of repeating myself at this point. We now have 3 talent points, and we're going to spend it in the Ire Tree to get relentless.
Rivers will run red.
Evil. Which is us. A shade or a lost soul. We have not been getting very lucky on dust. Oh, here's the lost soul skins, by the way. The new one. It's actually really cool looking. It always reminds me of Gwendolyn from Dark Souls 1.
The dead don't get to rest.
So we now have an increased chance of finding a random artifact after combat concludes. We're going to have to build up the, whatchamacallit next. We're going to yet another sacrificial altar, and you know what we sacrifice at the altars, right? The Dark Knight. This one is named Offering, because it's an offering to the Dark Gods. Oh, another stack of bones. And there's the dust that I've been complaining about. Perfect.
It embellishes my undead features.
Ooh, okay, we're gonna have a trick up our sleeves for this one. This is a hammer double. Was that alchemist? Yes. And the elite flamethrower. Okay. So if... Ooh, okay. Awkward. Oh, we didn't get the upgrade that lets us pull with Terminate. Well. So we've fought the Elite Flamethrower before, and we're going to go with the same strategy of don't let him get to the front line. And there are a few ways that we can make that happen. I'm slowly eliminating one of the manners. That is unfortunate. We're going to have to start killing the flamethrower. I was trying to pull the alchemist to the front, but obviously they weren't having it. One of the premier ways to get rid of him
Terror will overflow.
is going to get him in the back and then use the web from the Black Widow. Look at all those buffs. Holy crap. Let's roll some stuns. Rip. So he's dead next turn. Maybe not. Okay. It's fine. We'll kill this thing. Probably. I think it's low enough to die. Which is the only real problem here. Let's slay it.
One less annoyance in the world.
Please die. Thank you. See, perfectly executed. I mean, not perfectly, but... I didn't realize how few movements we had. We basically just have the Black Widow. Did he just move my formation and then fix it? That made sense. Well, thanks anyway, bro. I appreciate it. You did great. Alright, you're dead next turn. Alright, now they screwed over my formation. I can just delay that. We can fix this. Without using magic. Ow. Now I have to use magic. Ah, the Soul Lantern is a great item. Whoop! Off with you. Oh, you're one off from 69. That would have been great.
My will is a tide.
Ooh, the
that
mutant
will
claw.
wash away your pathetic civilization.
This was buffed slightly. Increases damage dealt to elite enemies by 25%. It used to be 20. I know, slight buff. For off, we are going to wait one more level for more vigor. Now that we have Relentless Evil, I'm going to go pick up the Blackest Lodge.
Spells, hexes, curses, all are at my command.
This is in preparation for our next build. And... what do we do next? I kind of want to pick up this 6 luck.
The formulae reveal their secrets.
Doesn't seem like much, but all sorts of luck adds up. There you go.
Unholy masonry.
So I have an increased chance of finding a random part after combat. The zombie was named 3 because he was going to contribute to our exploration, but decided against that. We're going to pick up experience for Iratus because I'm selfish. Hammerer, Treasurer, Oracle, and Elite Marksman. Have any items I want to use? Not particularly. Alright. Let's go slaughter. I was advised to build some potions for the boss. I don't know if that's a spoiler or a suggestion. But we'll see what... Ow, son of a... We'll see what we see before I make any decisions to spend our parts. Because as you can see, we're kind of low. No dying allowed off. You're so close to retirement. It'd be a shame if you died now. Son of a... She might just die. She'll die over 2 turns. Is that good enough?
End of magic.
We'll see. I used the Dispel there to get rid of the wards. Now she's dead. Ow. Double ow. Kamazats. No dying allowed. Go ahead and just set it on fire. The Eternity of Misfortune. That's a cool debuff name.
Ashes
There's the
to
stance.
ashes, dust to dust.
I think I can stop it, actually. Oddly enough. Get over here. I would like a word with you, marksman. Bye. I hope you didn't think that was you getting away with this. Okay, you got away with it. Let's go ahead and interrupt this stance with good old Carnunos. Blocked. That wasn't a magic attack? I thought it was magic. Whatever. I tried to pull the treasurer, but this annoying hammerer. It's whatever.
This is my kind of entertainment.
Here. I'm pretty sure this mark is only for the marksman. Yeah, or the musketeer, excuse me. Alley-oop. Off with your neck. Ooh, 225. You see, I think our max damage is like 204 or something. So I think it was counting both sanity and vigor there. Because that was not a crit. I mean, that was, but the scythe wasn't. You know what I mean. Slip. The second brain would be really good, but I don't want to use it if we're not gonna... I mean... If we get the Ashes of the Burned Witch, I'd kind of like to set up the Dampier builds, because it's like one of my favorite builds in the game. More deck. Which would involve Kamazats, which would mean giving him the brain is not the worst idea in the world. But... Oh my goodness, we got it! We did it! Okay. So we have the armored plates. We have seen this. Actually, Carnunos is using this. This reduces damage received by 10%. It's good. The Nails of Pain. Increase critical damage dealt by 20%. Reduces critical damage received by 20%. This is really strong. Especially when you use Fate to guarantee a crit. Ooh. This can produce large numbers. In fact, using the Nails of Pain and the Gambling Coin, which is like a better version of Nails of Pain, I was able to hit so hard I broke the last boss. Well, the 5th boss now. Not the last anymore. But this is the one I wanted. The Crowpaw. Curses enemies for 2 turns when a minion uses ability. Dealing 6 stress damage with AoE abilities, dealing 15 stress damage with single target abilities. This is gonna be fun.
Toss it with the rest.
As for who actually gets it... Elite Automaton Berserker and Flame Thrower. I wonder how his movement's gonna work. Huh. This could be awkward. This could be very awkward. So for the Crow's Paw, one of the more viable options is to give it to a mummy, because the mummy, ow, is going to hit everyone. Okay, so it works that way. With his laser beam. So you apply the curse with the laser beam, and then you apply the curse with the Crow's Paw. Double the curses, double the insane amounts of healing. That's one way to deal with it. Let's go ahead and plop this. I've never used it before, so... it seemed like a good idea. I think I'm gonna kill the Berserker. Yeah.
As worthless as you were in life, you will be worth something in death.
Grab your kills where you can is always the rule of thumb. So because the flamethrower can't move, we're just gonna keep doing that over and over and over again. And we're gonna murder him. That's the plan. Congratulations, you're dead. Alright, moving on.
Toss them in with the rest.
See? The other target... Wow. The other target for... Here, have some...
Rage released.
The other target for the Crow's Paw could be the Dark Knight, if we do a Dark Knight build. That's a little sketchier. Why do you hurt so much? You just... Ugh. Bye-bye. Wow, Spider Venom did the job then.
Sad display for mortal kind.
Essence of Mind. The minion's attack restores 20% of the damage dealt as mana. This is pretty good, actually. One popular build is Essence of Mind with a Lich, because of their Firestorm, Armageddon, whatever. All minions gain +1 ward until the battle ends. That's situationally helpful. Binky? Ah, you need one more level. And so does Carnunos. Wow. As for talents... Let's grab luck.
Through transformation, the will becomes free.
The will becomes free. I don't want to do the arena. We could do the abode. For the statue. That probably wouldn't hurt. We could also build the abode, which would be pretty nifty right now. How many Dark Knights have I slain? How many have been sacrificed?
To him, the world is as hollow as his armor.
Many have been sacrificed. So this is the Abode of Wrath. For each minion here, Iratus will begin will start with 10 wrath at the beginning of the battle.
The whispers within this structure could drive a mortal mad within moments. Even my undead heart begins to stir in its presence.
Because of wrath. Hitting double fountain is kind of a waste in my opinion, but this other path wouldn't have been that much more helpful. Berserker, Elite Alchemist, Traitor, and Flamethrower. Alright, this should be pretty straightforward too. I think we're going to focus the Traitor, which is unusual, but I think that's the plan. Because his stance is super annoying. Uh-oh. Well.
End of magic.
Told you Dispel was useful.
This will be your end.
The sound that the Elite Flamethrower makes when he screams is so horrifying. I think I'm gonna have to use magic here to move her. Yep. Unfortunate, but oh well. Please don't move. Ow. There are too many targets. Go ahead and provide block to Kamazants. Ooh, you might just be dead. I think he is. Good crit, good crit. And that's why the Serpent Skull is really good on Blood Phantasms being used in this capacity. Don't you dare. Okay. He didn't dare. Oh, shh. Okay. I had to think about how I was going to fix this. And it's going to be annoying, but we're going to pull the Alchemist, which will cause the Trader to remove his debuffs. But it should... Oh, it didn't proc. Nifty. Will this remove your debuffs?
So,
Nope.
this
How does
is
this
what
work?
1,000 years of evolution looks
Oh,
like.
it's targeted damage. Okay, not targeted ability. Sweet. Slap. And now he's dead. I'm gonna have to pull the Alchemist again. Okay, this worked
One
out.
more for the stockpile.
A little trickier than I was expecting, but we nailed it. I'll get rid of the block. Sure. So that you can slap. Wow. I don't know why that was that was a lot harder than I was expecting. But speaking of challenging, 255. Not bad, not bad. All right.
Mine is the winning side.
Spell power flask. Ooh, that could be good. Off has gained a rank and now more vigor. 150. A magical number. I guess we're gonna just grab mana then. This place. Okay. So here we go. The Mech Bros. Now, here's what we're gonna do. I've done this once before, and it was against the... What was it? The Monster Slayer? I think, when I didn't know what he was. I'm gonna upgrade the Abode of Wrath. So we'll start combat with 20 Wrath.
Infused with soul.
But I took an exploratory group, because there's no penalty for running away. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Uxie and Dos, 1 and 2, and we're going to just walk in here and take a look at what they do. It's like see their feature, see if they do attacks, because I've been thinking a lot about what these double characters do, and ones I've encountered in other games, and some of the scenarios I'm remembering were absolutely horrific. So instead of just waltzing in there blind and losing some of our really important characters, we'll sacrifice these two. If we can get away, though, both of them can be used to upgrade stuff later. So I'm not going to read this. I'll read that when we actually go in. So here they are. One is gold. We have a Steam Machine Mark II and Steam Machine Mark III. What happened to Steam Machine Mark I? They both have 2 blocks and 2 wards. Their feature is they do not escape. They cannot be moved. They take up 2 adjacent positions. Acts 3 times in a turn, has shared vigor and sanity with the second machine. Oh, they're not immune to ignition. Okay. I was afraid of that because... I was really afraid of that. Them being immune to ignition anyway. Alright, let's see some of your moves. You act 3 times, what do you do? Ow. Okay. What is this? What if I do this? I've lost some armor, but is that relevant? Okay, they're moving backwards. I don't know what these marks do. I'm doing only 1 down. Oh, okay, this one has 30 armor, this one has 30 resistance. I see. They can be stressed down, by the way. Interesting to know. Okay, that's what that means. So they mark a spot. Okay. And then it goes boom. Does this mean I have both spots I marked?
I suppose I can craft a few hundred more. I will undo this defeat.
Okay. 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 So what do I think? I think we are going to pop in the Archmage's Pendant.
Now I will make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previous.
To have mana returning to us. We are going to pop the Necromantic Flask to get temporary increased spell power. Would we want to make a few potions? Let's see if we want to... Let's just pop a few in here, shall we? We'll try some green ones. This is... Something is wrong. Might get something useful. Okay. Berserker Potion. Targeted minion deals 28% damage and receives 22% damage until the battle ends. Huh. So it tells you that you can't make something if something is wrong. Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Perfection takes time and proper ingredients.
Target enemy loses 20%, bosses 5% of their maximum vigor. Wow. This is really good, isn't it? Target enemy loses 20 luck. Ooh. Alright, we're done making potions. We need to save these parts. But here we go. We now have 3 potions. I don't know if they're going to be helpful at all. We might need to be really cautious. But, without further ado, let's get smacking, shall we? I wonder if it'd be worth it just focusing entirely on one of them. Well, we'll theorycraft that. When you are a dwarf in a steam machine, you can fight the necromantic whirlwind. Though that doesn't mean you win. With lessons learned from the previous contraption, a new blueprint was penned for a more compact and mobile version of the war machine, with an even greater amount of firepower and defense against undead trickery. Sure, it's a bit of a death trap, with a pair of drunkards coerced into piling it, but safety is a rather distant concern for the Alchemist Guild at this point. Okay. Can't be moved. But I should be able to hit all of them. That's a lot of health. I'm using this strictly to remove the blocks and wards. This has 30 resistance, but Agony of Fire ignores resistance. I'm debating using the Rites of Carnage. I don't think I'm going to. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to amok Binky.
Rage release.
And then we're going to Infectious Lunacy next turn with this buff spell power. Alright, let's see if we can survive one turn. That wasn't too bad. Okay, Kamazat's gonna get blown up, which is unfortunate. A lot of damage coming in hot on off. We'll play block to her, see if that actually helps. I'm gonna have to cocoon, unfortunately. It's Infectious Lunacy. What is this? This is 32.75% damage. That's nuts.
Madness manifest.
Holy crap. 57 to 64. Get lit, bro. That hurt. I'm gonna block Kamazats. He's gonna be a lot of our damage, for better or worse. I'd love to go ahead and web the back target, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. This one. I'm gonna drop a potion. Fuck it, right? Let's Berserker Potion Binky. You can't stack Infectious Lunacy, unfortunately. Or can you? Do I try it? Let's try it.
Madness.
Holy crap, you can.
manifest.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected. That is kind of nuts. The moment of revenge. 202. I'm gonna go ahead and heal with Carnunos. We can drop another potion as well. Binky's gonna take a lot of damage, I think. Yeah, we need to heal. Okay, I was gonna shield Binky, but I've changed my mind. Let's reap the whirlwind. Okay, we did it!
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
Good job, everyone. We did it. We killed the Mech Brothers. What do we get? The Skin of Alabaster reduces damage received from elite enemies. So just like the attack, the Mutant Claws, this has been buffed by 5%. It's kind of just better than nothing, I suppose. Level 18 Brain. The War Drums. All minions receive 3 initiative for the first 2 turns of combat. A Smoke Bomb and the Humanoium Token. Shoddy Armor. All minions are level 5 or lower, gain 25 vigor. This looks like experience to me. And the Spiked Rings, Iratus gains 12 Wrath every turn. Don't tell me I'm... Oh, I only got the Mark III Steam Machine. My Humanoium is incomplete. I wonder if it's based off the one that you kill. Like, actually kill. For Kamazats. I guess we'll take Savage Impale.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
Kind of irrelevant. We'll grab Vigor and Evasion. Everyone's leveled up. Binky. We actually... I'm just going to go Energy Wave. I don't think we'll use Binky in a stress build. Attack. Binky, you did well. You did well, Binky. For off, we're going with Spider Impaler. She's not going to be in a stress build. And we will chill. 26 luck. Not bad. Carnunos. More vigor, my friend. I'll be back. My logic here, I'll be back is funny. It has a 50% chance of giving you the Bone Golem at the end of combat. But my line of thought is that if I have to press the self-destruct button, I want the self-destruct to break everything. This is like a last-minute button. So I'm going to go with Annihilation System, which increases its damage and gives 4 accuracy.
Back to battle.
Which, you know, can't hurt. Okay. Wasn't that exciting? We did it. We cleared the Dwarven Tunnels. Thank you, Uxiandos, for your wonderful assistance. You did great. Stitches, are you ready to play? Stitches want to play. We are going to go with... So there's 2 line of thoughts here for me. Line of thought 1, break and decimate. The Abomination doesn't have a whole lot of survivability except for the regeneration buff that he gets. This upgrade makes regeneration buff better and gives him 10 vigor, which scales it higher. I wonder if that would make this one better, or if this is the baseline one. It looks like the baseline one. Because it says break and swallow. Okay, so. Or we can go with Terrify and Swallow. This will increase the stress damage that it deals, and if you can deal enough stress damage with this to get them to the 20% or lower threshold, he'll just eat them. Which is one of the weaknesses of the stress builds, because they usually have to like try and force a heart attack by hitting things over and over again, whereas the Abomination can just kill them. Alright, I convinced myself. We're going Terrify and Swallow. Stitches is going all in.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
Speaking of going all in. Dread. Yes. More dread. So, that was it. Good job. A round of applause for our team bringing us all the way to the 3rd floor. Carnunos, the Bone Golem, the Unbreakable. Off, the Black Widow, Binky, our Reaper, and Kamazots, our chain-slapping abomination. But next time, we will be breaching into the 3rd floor of the Mercenary Barracks. And as I've said, I always find that transitioning to stress builds on the 3rd floor is a good shout. So next time, there will be a stress team awaiting us. I'm still not entirely sure how we're going to do this, but it's going to be great. The only thing I know for certain is Stitches is here. I would also like Anubis to join him. Maybe like this or this. But then we have 2 slots. 2 empty slots. And we'll find out next time what's going to go there. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Another new boss has fallen before the wrath of the Defiler. And now we shall bring that wrath to the filthy humans that dared stumble upon my crypt. Bye-bye.